Hello, people. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another Marvel review. This is of the 2012 sequel reboot to Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Wow. I watched this film a long time ago, back in 2012 on DVD. I rented it in the library for free, so I didn't pay for it, but it was still a painful experience. Nicolas Cage's performance here is absolutely awful. Like he's like, he's knocking at the door. He's knocking at the door, and I'm like, oh my god, this movie's such a cartoon. And it could have been good because there's a lot of talent that really helped. That could have helped this film a lot more. Because for once you had this guy from Mortal Kombat, Christopher Lambert's in the movie. He's been there for 5 minutes and he does nothing. The Italian chick in the movie, I think she's a lot better than Eva Mendes, but she doesn't have much to do. Um, Blackout, the villain that touches people and like turns them to dust or something. He's a cool villain, but he's kind of underused, and he should have done more. That's the thing. There's not enough in this movie to keep me interested. And the way the Ghost Rider looked in this movie was he looked like shit. And Neville Dylan Taylor didn't do a good job with this. So he really ran it into the ground. This movie's freaking terrible. It's boring. The villain is nothing like Peter Fonda was in the first film. It's just I really did not care for this film. It's one of the worst films I saw in 2012. It came out in February. It didn't stand a chance of being good. Thank God Avengers came out a few months later, or this would have killed my anticipation for that. As Marvel, they can do the Avengers right, but they can't do Ghost Rider right, especially after that movie. After Spirit of Vengeance, they didn't even try again. And it's tiresome, man. You get Nicolas Cage back to being this half-ass sequel, and then you have Idris Elba playing a French guy that I thought he was pretentious and annoying. I don't care for Idris Elba as an actor. I know that's controversial, but I don't care. The only films I can tolerate him are like the Thor films because he's a supporting character. As a lead, doesn't do much for me. You know, because Pacific Rim, I didn't hate that movie, but he was one of the parts that I found weak. Him being over the top. We're gonna put the apocalypse. We're gonna cancel the apocalypse. I'm like, no. Go back to the UK. Anyway, yeah, this is the lame sequel. If you saw the first one and you thought it couldn't get any worse, believe me, this is much worse. Hold on, I need some water. It does nothing right. The special effects look terrible. The pacing is all over the place. The action that's there, it's decent, but they could have done more with it. I mean, come on, it's supposed to be a sequel. And when you do a sequel, you're supposed to add more so that the audience stays interested. But there's no way the audience could stay interested because this movie didn't do as well as the first one. And it's just a bunch of flashy things happening just to get it over with. It's like, they don't know what to do with this character. And he's very interesting. I like Ghost Rider. But this movie just ran things into the ground. I hate this movie. I never want to own this movie. Neville D and Taylor have done better. See the Crank films or see I think they did yeah, they did the Crank films. I don't think they did. No, they didn't do Transporter. That was somebody else. But those are better. At least the second one, I saw that one. That's a much better movie than Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. It's just a bad sequel. I would avoid it like the plague. If you didn't like the first one, there's definitely no improvement here. There's a few things I liked, but not enough to save the movie. It's just bad. I hate this movie. I don't want to see it again. There's Marvel films coming out next year that I'm looking for more forward to than this. I mean, if they reboot it and they don't bring back Nicolas Cage, they get somebody else, and they have good writers, they can pull off a good Ghost Rider. But this is not it. So I'm sorry I didn't pull my hair out because it's not a movie that really. It didn't really anger me that much. It was just lame and forgettable. So, there were definitely worse films that came out before and after it. So, but it's a lame sequel. Avoid it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. Uh, Next is going to be my DVD update. I have a couple of DVDs to show from that I bought from the summer, and well, we'll see where it goes from there. So, thanks for watching, guys.